G. Erickson. It's December 1st, 2007, and I'm with William Bill Mulready. Okay, Bill.
Mr. Erickson.
All right, ADA, you're suing for how many billion now for ADA violations?
38 billion.
38 billion?
114 million.
And that's you personally, or that's how much you're...
In regard to myself and the 4 other members of my family, the 3 children, and the wife and that, the ex-wife and that as well. It's 38 billion as we speak. Papers to the state of Connecticut Supreme Court.
Here you go. Should I bring it up?
They were rejected.
Okay, great. Thanks.
They denied that denial will add $114 million addition. In addition to that, there's attorney fees that the state will be liable.
All right, what is the crux of your argument? What and why?
The state judicial branch is in non-compliance with Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act. There's 8 basic barriers that I've been able to identify. One, they are probably in compliance with Title I, which is employment. And 2, they're not in compliance with Title II. Being that they're compliant with Title I, they are complacent, so that would be 3.
What is the, for people who don't know what Title I, Title II, explain briefly?
Americans with Disabilities Act has 5 basic titles. The first one is for employment-related matters. To date, that has been judged at the U.S. Supreme Court to not be Title 14th Amendment protection for individuals. Title II is public access to municipalities, be it your courts, your mayor's office, legislative buildings, police, schools. Thank you. In regards to court access, we all have a fundamental right to the court, and as such, Title II, as it relates to courts, has been judged at the U.S. Supreme Court, confirmed to be 14th Amendment protection. That's your right to life, liberty, property, due process, and equal protection of law.
Have you got any media coverage of your lawsuit?
No, but that has not been pursued at this point in time.
All right, you got...
Being filmed right now, though.
Yeah, you're being filmed right now. All right, you had a small business in Woodbury?
Woodbury, Bethlehem, yes.
All right, and you poured foundations, etc.?
Yes.
All right, so you had lots of equipment, and you had a $1 million home, multi-million-dollar home or property?
Well, that's extravagant. We have a home valued at about $200,000. I have a new home that we built, unfinished.
I'm talking about with all your equipment and all that. Did you have a net worth of $1 million?
No, it was less than $1 million.
All right, so you had a small business.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry. So I wanted to be more dramatic if you were like, multi.
We've got to be honest here, Steve.
I believe in being honest. So you. And what would you rake in for cash?
None of your business, Steve. Same amount as you did, Steve.
So, all right. Well,
0.
So what my point is that after divorce, you don't have a small business anymore. It was...
My particular case, we had a home on 16.5 acres. In a business doing a volume of about $440,000 a year. The ex-wife started a competing business with the initiation of a divorce. The judge 2 days of hearings, issued a memorandum of decision.
Hold on a second. What were we talking about?
We're on page 120.
No, I mean, what were we talking about before? The business and... Can we track? We retrace?
Let me go through the transcripts. Basically, the court lied 31 times.
Yeah.
Verifiable. Gave the mother all assets.
So she's
zero debt.
So she's living the lifestyles of the rich and famous, skiing in Colorado, going to Europe. And you're almost homeless, making donuts?
Goes to the islands, and then goes out west.
The poor and homeless. You live in a life of the poor and homeless.
Yeah.
She's on the rich and famous.
All right, so did they make you pay her as if you still had the business?
Well, I had child support and small alimony.
Well, what I'm saying is, did they make you pay more than you make?
Definitely.
So if you don't make what they require you to pay, then you're in violation, so they can put you in jail for that, correct?
Correct.
So
today they hold the mother unaccountable for itemizing deductions, and they hold me accountable for gross receipts.
So you got to pay a percentage of gross receipts, not net.
No, in other words, we're both in the same line of work, exact same line of work. The mother is raking in excess of $2 million a year at this point in time, gross receipts, but claiming $1,000 a week net income, supporting a $300,000 mortgage, $100,000 private education bill for one of the children, the lavish vacation lifestyle that you talked about. And when I'm called to testify at contempt hearings, I'm held to the fact that I did a job for somebody. I collected a dollar amount, and I didn't. I'm held to that as my net income. Should be allowed equal in the same deductions as the mother or any other individual in the concrete construction industry. Doesn't happen.
So it's if you're a man and you get divorced in Connecticut and you have a small business, you basically lose it, and you have to pay more than you actually net, so you can go to jail for having a small business or continuing. Is that correct?
4 times, yeah. There's definitely a gender
bias.
Gender profiling, gender bias.
Chris, you had a small business and before you were divorced, right?
Yeah, a small business going through my divorce.
And
Graziani destroyed it. Right now, Lincoln, Connecticut.
Okay, what'd you do?
Graziani absolutely destroyed it. I ran an engineering consulting business.
All right, so
he kept holding me to an earning capacity. He just decided that he wasn't going to believe what I earned, so he just made up an earning capacity. It wasn't based on any income. He just made it up. He kept holding me in contempt of court, saying I wasn't paying enough child support. He was ordering me to pay 3 times my income. And then when the mother started making, her income was 4 times what I was making, and he would not order her to pay support because he didn't know what I made. So he'd hold me in contempt of court based on some earning he made up. But when it came to figure out child support and the mother having a higher actual earnings than me, he would say, well, I don't know what you make. So it's kind of like a catch-22. You're kind of stuck either way. The most bias in the world, men really get screwed when they go through family court.
So you basically end up homeless just for being married and having kids if you get divorced. Or you can.
when you walk into court, you have absolutely no rights as a father. You have no rights as a father. The rulings are automatically slanted in favor of the mother. That is the way the courts operate. That is the way the courts operate. Custody goes to the mother regardless whether she's in jail, whether she's on drugs, it doesn't matter. Custody goes to the mother, and fathers pay child support. That is the way the court views families. Fathers are paychecks, and mothers can do no wrong.
Do you think that the court system in Connecticut, DCF, the lawyers basically are 2/3 of the legislature, give or take? So do you think it's a scam that they legislate money in their pockets by abusing fathers? Because, basically you have all sorts of employment, for the state. You can give out cushy jobs to DCF. You only work...
Absolutely.
You work 20 years and you get your pension.
You have judges who are nominated and appointed by active attorneys. So you have an attorney who's practicing law in a courthouse in front of a judge, who at the same time is voting whether to reappoint that judge or not. So you talk about
scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Absolutely. And you talk about a conflict of interest. I can think of none worse. That's why you can't get any help from the legislators to hold a judge accountable. They will not hold judges accountable. They knew Scheinblum was sentencing people with a violin, and they voted him in. They knew Scheinblum was calling Hispanics stupid, and they voted him back in. I mean, they know they lie, and there's testimony. You look at the public transcripts or the transcripts from legislators, and they say that we know the judges lie. We've appointed judges who lie, judges with big egos, judges who are not honest, judges who have intentionally abused children. They know how bad the judges are. Okay. Hey, what else do I have to do on this?
Okay.
So, all right.